Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Realist Fat Man YouTube channel here, and I'm back with another video. And today, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about why I relate to incels, why the dating market is screwed, um, why why it's sad that men get shamed for being virgins, and yeah, I guess why the world sucks. And why I'm an anti-natalist as well, on top of that. Um, First thing, relating wise, the reason why I relate to incels is simply down to the fact that I kind of am one. I just am. I'm a virgin. I'm 21 years old. I've never had sex. Um, second of all, second of all, women have just never found me sexually attractive. Even when I've had a haircut, even when I've shaved, women have just never found me attractive, right? It's like they could smell the bad genes almost. Um, yeah, so when I hear men talk about their issues with women, I relate a lot to them. I really do. You know, it's even men who aren't virgins but still struggle with women. I feel their pain. I really do. I mean, I'm not bothered by dating as much as I am now, but I still feel their pain. You know what I mean? It still sucks being a virgin. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to because I've just accepted it that I'm just probably a woman's never ever gonna find me attractive, or at least find me, you know what I mean? So I've just completely given up now. I probably will fuck escorts and that's about it. Have enough money, whether it be from a job or from benefits, enough to survive, and that's about it. But I still feel the pain. Not just that, just the way women are, to be fair. Like, the way women treat men is awful. Like, so many women harshly reject men. Like, I knew a mate the other day, and on the Discord, he posted a picture of this woman, this fat, ugly black chick, and she called my boy, my friend, ugly. Even though my mates, or in other words, I'm sure I've mentioned him multiple times. He could watch this video for Mr. Antinatalist. He's not even a bad looking guy. He's quite good looking, I would say. I mean, he's 5'4". That's kind of fucked him over a little bit, but everything else, he's perfect. He's better looking than I am, naturally, I would say. You know what I mean? Even if I have a haircut right now, he's still better looking than I am. You know what I mean? But yeah, this fat, ugly black chick had the cheek to call him ugly. Now, I'm not saying all women are like this, of course they're not, but a lot of women are now. Women have this superiority complex over women because they don't have that father figure to slap on the arse and say, no, you treat men with respect. A lot of women just grow up hating men, even though, you know what I mean? Even though men act a lot nicer to women, to the point where they act too nice, to the point where men end up becoming simps. Think of the amount of men paying for OnlyFans back in the 50s compared to now. It'd be nowhere near as much. It'd be nowhere near as much. Not just because men would have an easy time getting laid, but just in general. You know what I mean? Men literally have let this happen. They've made these. These type of women came from men being simps, saying, "Oh my God, please, will you go out with me? Please go out with me. I'll pay you $1,000." Like, do you know what I mean? It's so pathetic. Like, if you're so desperate to see nudes on OnlyFans, why don't you just go on Pornhub and look at them for free? Why do you need to pay for OnlyFans? I guess you've got all the money in the world, it doesn't really matter, but especially when you're broke, mate, and you're wasting all your fucking money. You know what I mean? Just to see some arse pics or something. Like, why does it matter? Like, just go on porn and, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so cringe when you see men who pay thousands of pounds towards women that they're never ever going to get, and yet they get upset when they do it. Like, what do you expect, you dumbass? You know what I mean? It's so pathetic, and not just that. I feel like a lot of incels come from being simps, because a lot of men are like, they're fed up with, they put women on a pedestal, and in the moment women don't give them the respect back, they get angry and then end up turning into incels. Exactly what's happened to me, to be fair. You know what I mean? That's exactly what's happened to me, and it's probably happened to a lot of other men out there as well. You know, and even when you take away dating, just like in relationships in general, men tend to get hated at way more for in relationships than women do. Even though when you take away the physical side, even though about 70% of women when they get domestically abused is her fault as well. But yet all you hear is always the man's fault. It's always the man's fault. You know what I mean? Despite the fact that when it comes to domestic abuse cases, especially a lot of the studies that feminists bring up, they don't account for manipulative abuse. They only account for physical abuse. It's actually probably a lot more 50-50, and a lot more men take shit. Men don't talk about the emotions as much because, we're men. Men can't get physically beaten by women. Men can't get physically beaten by women. Men can't show their emotions. Otherwise, they're little girls. They're not men. They're boys. They're not men. If they cry, you know what I mean, at a sad film or something, men can't cry. You get this shit all the time. As a man, you can't show your emotions at all. So you can never ever open up and, you know what I mean? And even when you do, people either laugh at your face or they just don't relate to you. Like, I literally have to go online just to find people that I relate to. So I literally ignore reality as much as possible because I fucking hate it, putting it bluntly. I cannot stand it. It infuriates me how people are. It really does. Like, I generally hate humanity. As that song goes, fuck human beings, fuck humanity. I don't like singing on camera. I find it very cringe. But just generally speaking, like, it's generally sad that men can't open up about them. Like, you get so much shit as well. Like, oh, men's mental health is getting talked about more. Yeah, just because it's getting talked about more doesn't mean that there's something that's being done about it. You fucking idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? Look at the amount of look at the increase in male suicides. Can you blame men for committing suicide? Well, can you blame anyone, to be fair? But can you blame men for committing suicide? I certainly can't. I can't blame anyone for committing suicide, but I can't blame men especially. Imagine spending your whole life and you had two selfish fucks thinking it was a good idea to think, oh yeah, are we good looking? Nah, we're not that good looking. Um, what car do we have? We've got a shitty Ford Mondeo. We've got um, we've got a two bedroom flat. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's have a child. The amazing thing to do. Like, that is basically what most parents are like. They're selfish pricks who basically think with their primal instinct, don't think of what their kid's going to go through, and then not just women but men, and especially here I'm talking about, end up growing up with not the best looks. They end up growing with autism like I have. They end up growing up with, they don't get taught anything. Fathers don't teach us anything, man. Like, parents don't. My mum just smothered me and told me I was vulnerable and autistic. You know what I mean? She like she emotionally supported me, but she didn't teach me anything. You know what I mean? I can't remember ever looking back and thinking, you know what? Yeah, my mum taught me that. Yeah, she taught me how to do this job. She didn't teach me shit. You know what I mean? And my dad, he partially taught me how to ride a bike. He taught me how to shoot an air rifle, which was pretty cool. But he didn't teach me how to get women. He didn't. He used to do boxing as well, and he didn't even teach me how to stick up for myself. You think if your son's getting bullied, right, or your daughter's getting bullied, you would at least teach them how to box, right, given you're a boxer yourself. Didn't even do that. Just said just ignore them. 6 months later, I think I've already said this on another video. Just ignore them. Like, it was the exact same shit again and again and again. He didn't teach me fuck all. So no wonder why so many men are going out in the outside world with or without father figures and are going out and doing stupid shit. Now, I don't agree with harming women. I don't agree with sexually assaulting women. I don't agree with actually sexually assaulting anyone. The reason why I'm a misanthrope is just in case I have a kid and that kid gets sexually assaulted, son or daughter. I don't want that, right? So that's why I'll never have a kid, because I don't want my kid to go through that shit, right? But at the same time, I can understand the feeling why men do these things, because we're not getting our emotional needs supported. Because each time we do, guess what? Unless you're super attractive or you're rich, you get laughed at. Now, I'm sure a lot of women get that as well, but men get it way more. You know, and you get so much anti-man shit in in propaganda now, like Taylor Swift. If you really read the lyrics in her songs, it's all misandry. And yet, it just if I my sister's a Taylor Swift fan, right? And she'll say, "Oh yeah, it's actually most of the songs are mostly about love." No, they're not. If you think that's love, well, I feel sorry for your future boyfriend then. Like, do you know what I mean? It's so pathetic. Like, literally, you look at her lyrics, it's pure hatred against men. Now, there are a lot of male rappers who say, "I'm gonna fuck these hoes" and all this stuff. But it's not, I wouldn't say hatred against women, it's more just, I guess, objectification, you could say. But it certainly isn't full on hatred. You know what I mean? And yet, these people get a bad rep, but yet somehow the women don't. You know what I mean? I feel like you get a few maybe mainstream articles dissing on, I don't know, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, etc. But I wouldn't say you get full on, like, do you know what I mean? From normal people, you don't. Because at the end of the day, celebrities are just pretty people, are just normal human beings that are terrible human beings that just so happen to have pretty privilege, seem to be born in a rich family, or just seem to have talent. And even then, their talent isn't exactly that good. Like if you look at old singers, I don't know, like George Michael, Whitney Houston, you know, Michael Jackson, 10 times better artists than the shitty artists you get now, you know? And but back with the video, like it's generally what I was talking about. It's generally sad seeing so many men just feel like giving. Well, it's generally sad just seeing so many men get mistreated in society just because they're not good looking, just because they're autistic, or you know what I mean, or just because they were poor, raised up poor and stuff. It's generally sad, man. Like, it really is. You know, I can't blame, you know, it's not, society has a massive part to blame for the reason why there's so many incels. You know, if women weren't put on a pedestal, you know, if men didn't if fucking Gen X and millennials didn't think with their dicks so much and didn't fucking produce unwanted children, then you know this shit wouldn't be happening as much. But humans never learn, you know, humans will continue putting more offspring in this world. The incel problem will get worse. Women will get more picky and picky and picky. Nothing will ever change. It never fucking does. You know, men never get supported in anything. And even if they did, well, it ain't going to stop men from going issues. It ain't going to stop people from going through issues at the end of the day. You know, the fact that, you know, main point is that it's, you know, the fact that men commit more suicide, the fact that men get stabbed out and get stabbed in the streets, the fact that men get rejected more, the fact that men get neglected by their parents more, the fact that men are told to man up and hide their emotions, the fact that men bring most of the society through the military, through I don't know, being a carpenter or a plumber, and yet somehow feminists still want to complain that they deserve to be paid the same, even though they don't, because they don't work as much hours. But yeah, you know, Jordan Peterson has debunked the wage gap multiple times, the wage gap myth, and the shit still continues to go on. Men continue to get demonized. Society's still going down the drain. You know, I'm just glad that antinatalism is becoming more popular, so we can get rid of this shit society. Because I don't think there's ever going to be any turning back now. I think society's finished. I think all the feminism and what the rich elites have done to it. You know, feminism wasn't actually even created for women. It was, most women didn't even want to get in the workforce. They were happy being housewives. Women didn't want to be independent women. Women like being dominated by men. It's in their DNA. You know, women don't like me as being treated well. If you're a man, you act all nice to a woman, she won't get with you. If you act treat her like a piece of shit, though, she will. And I think it's more to do with drama because women like drama, right? But yeah, like feminism was actually used to basically bring more taxpayers into society. So then more women would go out and give the government more money through tax. That was the whole point of feminism. It was never about helping women, you know. But it's funny that, isn't it? It really is. It really is so sad. But anyway, that's all I have time to upload for this video. If you liked, please like. Want to leave a comment, leave a comment. I know there'll be lots of hate comments. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, subscribe if you want to keep up with more content, and yeah, and have a good day.